Geralt of Rivia awoke to the dim light filtering through the stone walls of Kaer Morhen, the ancient fortress that had been his home for as long as he could remember. But on this day, something was different. As he struggled to sit up, a wave of disorientation washed over him, and he realized with a sinking feeling in his chest that he couldn't remember who he was, or how he came to be here. Vizima, the elder witcher, stood by his bedside, his weathered face etched with concern. "Geralt," he said, his voice heavy with worry, "what's the last thing you remember?" But try as he might, Geralt couldn't recall anything before waking up in that cold, stone chamber. It was as if his past had been erased, leaving only a hollow emptiness in its wake. Eskel, Lambert, and Cohen, his fellow witches, gathered around him, their expressions a mix of sympathy and uncertainty. They offered what comfort they could, assuring Geralt that they would help him find answers. But Geralt couldn't shake the feeling of unease that settled in the pit of his stomach. And so began Geralt's journey of self-discovery, a quest to uncover the truth about his past and the dark forces that threatened to engulf the world. Venturing beyond the confines of Kaer Morhen, Geralt found himself in the outskirts of Vizima, the capital city of Temeria. It was a land teeming with life and yet shrouded in darkness, a perfect reflection of Geralt's own inner turmoil. The villagers he encountered spoke in hushed tones of monsters lurking in the shadows, of men disappearing in the dead of night without a trace. Among them was Abigail, a young herbalist accused of practicing dark magic, her vibrant green eyes betraying a hint of fear beneath their surface. But Geralt saw something in Abigail that others didn't, a strength and resilience that spoke to him on a level he couldn't quite explain. And so, he offered her his help, vowing to uncover the truth behind the accusations that had been leveled against her. Together, they delved into the heart of the darkness that had engulfed the village, facing down horrors that would have sent lesser men fleeing in terror. And in the midst of it all, Geralt caught glimpses of memories long buried, fleeting images of faces and places that seemed to taunt him from the depths of his mind. But as the days turned to weeks and the weeks turned to months, Geralt's search for answers only seemed to lead him further into the tangled web of intrigue that surrounded him. And with each passing day, the shadows of the past grew ever darker, threatening to consume him whole. In the heart of Vizima lay the Temple Quarter, a bustling hub of activity where the city's rich and powerful rubbed shoulders with its poorest and most downtrodden. It was a place of contrasts, where beauty and squalor existed side by side, and where secrets lurked in every shadow. It was here that Geralt encountered Triss Merigold, a powerful sorceress whose fiery red hair and piercing blue eyes belied a strength and determination that few could match. From the moment they met, Geralt sensed a kinship with Triss, a connection that went beyond mere words or deeds. Together, they embarked on a journey of discovery, weaving their way through the labyrinthine streets of the city in search of answers to the questions that plagued them both. Along the way, they encountered friends and foes alike, each one offering a piece of the puzzle that would ultimately lead them to the truth. But as they delved deeper into the heart of the darkness that had engulfed Vizima, Geralt couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched, that their every move was being scrutinized by unseen eyes. And try as he might to push aside his doubts and fears, he couldn't escape the nagging suspicion that their journey was far from over. As Geralt's investigation into the mysteries of Vizima deepened, he found himself drawn inexorably into the heart of the city's trade quarter, where wealth and power ruled supreme. It was a place of opulence and excess, where the rich grew richer, and the poor grew ever more desperate in their pursuit of a better life. But beneath the veneer of prosperity lay a darkness that threatened to consume them all, a darkness that Geralt could sense lurking just beneath the surface. And as he delved deeper into the heart of the city's labyrinthine streets, he began to uncover the true extent of the corruption that had taken root there. From the highest echelons of power to the lowest dregs of society, Geralt encountered allies and adversaries alike, each one playing their part in the grand tapestry of intrigue that surrounded him. But try as he might to unravel the threads that bound them all together, he couldn't shake the feeling that he was missing something, that there was a piece of the puzzle that remained just out of reach. Venturing beyond the confines of Vizima, Geralt found himself in the treacherous swamps that lay beyond, a land of twisted trees and murky waters that seemed to stretch on for eternity. It was a place of solitude and serenity, where the only sounds were the chirping of crickets and the rustling of leaves in the wind. But beneath the surface lay a darkness that threatened to consume all who dared to tread there, a darkness that Geralt could sense pulsing just beneath the surface. And as he waded deeper into the murky depths, he began to uncover the true extent of the evil that lurked there. From the towering trees to the fetid waters, Geralt encountered creatures both strange and wondrous, each one a testament to the land's untamed beauty. But try as he might to find solace in the natural world around him, he couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching him, that his every move was being scrutinized by unseen eyes. At last, Geralt found himself standing before the gates of the Salamandra base, a fortress hidden deep within the heart of Vizima. It was a place of darkness and despair, where the air hung heavy with the stench of death and decay. But as Geralt stepped through the gates, He felt a surge of determination wash over him, a determination to confront the darkness that had plagued him for so long. And as he made his way through the labyrinthine corridors, he encountered foes both familiar and new, each one a testament to the evil that lurked within. But try as they might to stop him, Geralt pressed on, his resolve unwavering in the face of adversity. And as he reached the inner sanctum of the fortress, he found himself face to face with Azar Javed, the enigmatic leader of the Salamandra organization. In the final confrontation, Geralt stood triumphant over Azar Javed, the villain's defeat, marking the end of his long and arduous journey. But victory came at a cost, as Geralt was forced to confront the harsh realities of his own past and the choices that defined him as a Witcher. But try as he might to find solace in the victory, Geralt couldn't shake the feeling that his journey was far from over, that there were still mysteries left to unravel, and battles left to fight. And as he looked out over the city of Vizima, he knew that his work was far from done, that the world still needed a hero to stand against the darkness and protect the innocent. And so, with a heavy heart and a determined spirit, Geralt set out once more into the unknown, his destiny calling to him like a beacon in the night. For in the world of the Witcher, danger lurked around every corner, and the choices we made could shape the destiny of nations. Thank you. See you in next video.